Hi, this is Jim Stringer. Today I'm going to show you through a number of things about fonts in TeleScript AV, including the font selection dialog. Let's first look at the font selection dialog itself. In the font selection dialog, you have the name of the currently selected font, or the default font if you have nothing selected. You have the font style, which is a term that we'll discuss here in a second. And then there's the font size. There's a lot of confusion about the term font. Actually, the correct name would be typeface. A font is actually a typeface along with associated style and size. But in this case, we're going to use the more commonly accepted terms: font, which is the typeface. In this case, we've got Arial, and the font style, which those are the selections for style. We have narrow, bold, italic, bold, italic, black, black, oblique, etc. And then, of course, you have the size, which in TeleScript AV, as opposed to TeleScript Pro, which uses the line length concept, TeleScript AV actually uses the traditional font size. Now, this was already set at 64, which means it sampled the text that's already in the script and set it accordingly at 64. Now I want to look here at the options, which are, you have the option when you use the font box to use any of the three items here. You can use the font name, the size, or the font style, or any combination of those. So for example, if you wanted to use only to change things to, let's change everything to Times Roman here, or don't want to change it to Wingdings. That's very hard to read. But I'll change it to Times Roman. And we'll use the font name, but not the size. I'll just to show you, I'll select a ridiculous size 9-point font for prompting, and I've got it to apply to all text. Now when I click OK, it will not change the size, but it will change to Times New Roman, and there you have it. Likewise, if I go back here and say, now let's change, I don't want to use the face name but I do want to use the size, and I'm going to set everything to 72 point. I'll select all text. I'm not using the style, and I'll select a style just to show you that it doesn't get used. And we'll have a different font name. Okay, now I clicked OK. Because I have only clicked Use Size, it now selected the size and applied to all items in the script. Now if I do have a word selected, then when you click Font, it will automatically check Selection Only. And let's use font name, and we'll use size and the style, and we'll set it to Bookman Old Style Bold Italic for that matter. And we'll set this to 28 point. And there you have a ridiculous formatting for the line number. There are a couple of other things which I'm going to reload this script so we have a clean script to work with. I think most users of TeleScript software are accustomed to the zoom feature, which is Control-Alt right arrow, Control-Alt left arrow. And then to return to the original, press Control-Alt spacebar. Now I want to point out that this is a graphics effect only. If I save this, let's do an example. I'll save this script now, or I'll save as, and I'll call it line number zoomed. That zoom is not saved with the script. So now let's open another script. Let's open line number zoomed. I'll reopen it, and as you'll see, it reverted to the original size. Zoom is a graphics effect only. This is not changing the font size. Now on the other hand, you have the option of a Control-Alt+ and Control-Alt-. Control-Alt+, which is also on the menus under Font, Shrink Font, Control-Alt-, Grow Font, Control-Alt+. And this actually does change the size of the font. And I'll demonstrate this. I'll do Control-Alt-2, and let's see where we started out here. We'll click the font box. We actually started out at 66, and if we do Control-Alt+, and you notice I have nothing selected, so it's using the entire script. And now we click the font box, and now we're clear up to 91. So this, by contrast, will be saved, and I'll reload that script just so that you see that it's that when I reload it, which I just did, and you see it's stayed the same size. The font size was saved with the script. These are a number of things that you can do with fonts in TeleScript AV that is unique and makes it in certain ways more powerful than TeleScript Pro, which is relegated to a single global font. You can have different styles and sizes, but not a different typeface. I hope you'll continue with the advanced tutorials, and in the next tutorial I'll be going over the quick zoom.